children having fun on spring break and something like this that nobody wants any child to have?
Heartbreaking, heart-wrenching to get a call from your child's, I guess, family. We call them family, so I'll say family members out of town, to get a call saying your child is not coming back home, and he was only out on spring break enjoying himself for the good grades, the accomplishments he had, enjoying himself. So to get a call over the phone and not to be there as a mother, to comfort, tell us it's going to be okay, that's very disturbing. It's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. I couldn't do anything for my son but cry over the phone. I couldn't touch him. I couldn't hold him. I couldn't hug him. I couldn't do anything. I don't wish that on any parent, any parent.
Ms. Don, what changes would you like to see to make sure no other parent has the experience what you experienced?
More stricter laws for the rides. If it's, again, going up like a certain amount of feet in the air, weight restrictions, more workers, better safety protocols. That's it.
What was Tyre like? Can you tell us what he was like?
Tyre was my personal teddy bear, as you all know. We called him Gentle Giant. He was known as Gentle Giant. Big Tick was the football name he picked up during the course of the football. But Tyre was the type of kid that you couldn't help but want to converse with him. You wanted to get to know him. What was he thinking? He just had that magnet, like, who is this child? Very well respected, well mannered. No problems with the football team, nor school, nor family. He was a very well respected kid, humble. One of the most humble child I've known at the age of 14. Very humble.
Can you show us your shirt that you're wearing right there that honors your son?
Step off the side, just a little bit in front.
Tick. Can you explain that, his nickname?
Tick is the name that he received from the football team. Big Ticket, meaning ticket out of St. Louis, basically. Yes.
How would you like your son to be remembered, and sorry about your loss?
Thank you. I want him to remember as a loving young man at the age of 14, very well mannered, no problems at all. I mean, just would give you the shirt off his back if you ask him right now. Character. I mean, he was a go-getter. He was a go-getter, and for him not to be here, this is devastating. He was on his way. He was going to be known, but not like this. He was going to be under the football scene, the NFL team, not through this type of way. No.
Where were you, if you could take us through that day, when you first found out about your son's death? What were you doing, and what did you go through those first minutes, first hours? How did that whole day hit you?
I got the call. It was like late that night, that Thursday night. I was with my youngest daughter. We were about to do a little movie or a pizza type thing because, they were on spring break. I get the call, and I instantly thought that, okay, Tyre never keeps a full charge on his phone, so I'm thinking he's using the friend's phone. And I pick up, and I'm like, hello? He was like, hey, Mom. So I'm instantly thinking, Tyre? He was like, no. Hey, Mom. I'm like, what's going on? And to get the news over the phone, that is devastating. My whole concern was, is he breathing? And are you with him? That was my main concern. Are you with him? I needed you to be with him because I wasn't there. So I needed somebody that I left in charge of Tyre to comfort him for me because I had to do it over the phone. So that was gut-wrenching. Yeah, not a good feeling.
You had something to say to the companies responsible. What would you say to them?
They can take the ride down completely, just get rid of it altogether. That's too big of a risk. Not enough safety measurements. Take it down.
Ms. Don, any particular stories you want to share about your son? And have you personally been to the sites and visited? It was probably tough. I'm sure it was tough for you.
Have not been to the site. I have not. I have a lot of stories to share. Tyre was, he was just a humble kid. He had this basketball was another sport that he played. He played for City Garden. The biggest kid on the team. I think they thought Tyre was the coach at sometimes because they listened more to Tyre versus the actual coaches. And, we got footage of him like telling the team, if you would have did this, we probably would have won that game. If you, he was always implementing something. Win, lose, or draw, he always put himself like, okay, listen to me, guys, not because I know what I'm doing. Because he played basketball with the neighborhood, our neighbors, and these are like older guys. So when he played with the school, I was like, you might be a little too rough, I don't know. But he did. He was a coach versus a player as well. So, yeah.
What's got you so strong? I mean, it's been a month and you're speaking with us now. Of course, there's been no rush, but what's got you so strong this past month or so?
I have a 9-year-old that I have to be there for. I have other family as well, but my 9-year-old is my main focus right now. And Tyre wouldn't want me to crumble, so, he had that, that strong demeanor. I have to keep it up in a sense, but my daughter, I have to be strong for my daughter.
What's your message to families that are looking at the situation, not able to grasp something like that's happening, and now that you're pursuing this lawsuit and want to see changes, what is your message to families with children?
I guess my message would be to the families, I don't want them to not let the kids enjoy themselves, but if you do decide to let them get on rides like that, double check yourself. Go up there and make sure the restraints are in place. Can your child ride? Does your child meet the qualifications? You don't want to rob the kids of enjoying themselves, but then in the same breath, you're like, I don't know, because I don't want this to happen to another family, not just a child, but another family, period. So you may have to do maybe your own safety measurements, your own safety checks.
Do you remember the last conversation you had with him? Can you tell us about it?
The last conversation I had was he actually was supposed to leave that Monday to go to Florida. He left his charging device. He comes back home. He texts me and says, hey, Mom, I'm going to be pulling back up. I left my charger. I open the door, and he goes back in his room, and he's, getting a little stuff that he left. Mind you, we know boys don't like to give hugs because it's just like too mushy for them. So I said, oh, you came back to give me my hug. I actually said my last hug. You came back to give me my last hug. He said, oh, no, Mom, they're waiting. So he's bagging up from me. And I have a long hallway before you get to the door to exit. And as he's bagging out my door, he turns around and says, I'll see you Saturday or either Sunday. And that was my last time speaking to my son. And that Sunday, I was waiting for my son to come home because that's what he told me. I will see you Saturday or Sunday. So to get a call to say he's not coming back. I mean, I'm still like in shock. This is a nightmare. That's an extended nightmare, to be honest. His last words to me was, I'll see you Saturday or Sunday. I'm walking back in this door. The same way I left, I was expecting to see my son return to me the same way he walked out my door.
So did he get out without hugging you? That you were saying, I want to hug?
He ended up giving me my hug. He gave me my hug. I had to, that was my teddy bear, so I had to get it from the back. I got my hug.
All right. Let me ask you about the anger anyone would feel when a child dies. Mr. Haggard said they didn't even put up a sign that said, you can't weigh more than this. Here are the rules that your son could have seen and not gone on the ride. How do you feel? Do you have any moments of anger that somebody should have done something more to protect your son?
I have every emotion that you possibly can feel. Anger, frustrated. I mean, I'm mad. I'm sickening. All of that, because it should have been better signage out. It should have been.
Can we get more into his friends he was with? Did they have any firsthand accounts as far as he was denied other rides, or what did they say happened?
I wasn't there, so I can't.
Did they tell you anything about him being denied from other rides previously, or?
No, I wasn't there, so yeah.
How is it to hear that $22 could have saved your son's life?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's like you didn't want to miss $1, but you stripped me of my son. So yeah, it's disgusting.
Any message to the community? I know you had a lot of support. Any words you would like to say for everyone from the technical part?
They have been very, very supportive. When I say the love is all over, it's all over. I've gotten all type of special made gifts, rugs, bracelets, necklaces, pendants. And I want to thank each and every one of them for even reaching out, even to check on me. You know, I don't even know that a lot of these people, they make sure they message me on Facebook or whatever, just checking and making sure you're okay. I can't do anything, but I can see your hug, a virtual hug. That means a lot. It means a lot.
Do you think you're going to the free fall tonight?
I have no plans on it. No.
How's your daughter doing?
I really think she's only 9, so she's probably not grasping the whole thing, but I think she see me like, okay, my mom is trying to be strong, so I want to be strong with my mom. And I just really, and I let her know, cry. It's okay to cry. You know, she still texts his phone to this day. She tells him, I did this at school. I did this with the teacher. She lets him know what she's doing to this day still. And I just have to reassure her, it's okay to cry. It's okay. Tyre knows, you know, he loves you, but let him know that you can cry. You know, that's how you can relieve a lot of things. You have to shed a tear or two.
Will you be setting up any kind of a scholarship, either at his current middle school, the high school he's going to attend, any kind of something in his name to draw people's attention to what happened and your call for safety on violence?
It's currently a scholarship set up through Frank Clark. He reached out, I want to say it was established maybe a week ago, I'm not sure of the date, but it was established under Frank Clark Foundation.
To this day, have you heard from any of the entities that are in the lawsuit, Slingshot, Icon Park, anyone has reached out to you, one expressing their condolences?
No.
Do you blame one more than the others?
No, they're all equal. Everyone is at fault. I mean, I can't say you did this or you did. Everyone.
As you leave here today, what will be the message that you would like for everyone to hear?
To be, as a mother, and under these circumstances, and I've been saying this to my family since this happened, love on your kids while they're here. As the saying, give people their roses while they're here. That is so true. Your kids especially, let them know you love them, you're here for them, all of that, and you just as a mother going through this, it's just I just can't express. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing to me. But my message to the family is just I don't know. You just have to love on your kids while they're here. It'd be your judgment as far as the rides. I personally don't think I'll let my daughter participate in the rides anymore as far as being lifted off the ground, but that'd be the parents' judgment. But just, I don't know, just it'll be your call. I just tell people, love on your kids because you're uncertain. You're just uncertain. This is an eye-opener. It's definitely an eye-opener for me in many ways.
Any other questions?
Just one for Mr. Haggard. Any parting shot